It is Sunday, NFL Week 2. In this video, I have 5 player props where I have 60 seconds to try to convince you to bet on them, or I guess not bet on them if you don't feel like my analysis. As always, my name's Austin from Calling Our Shot. I appreciate you tuning in. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. Never done a video like this where we have 60 seconds to try to explain a player prop and zoom through it, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. And if you like it, make sure you hit that like button so I know you guys really want to see it next week. We did have a couple other videos drop on the channel for NFL Week 2, so if you have some time, I encourage you to go check those out. I have a couple of them. Earlier today, on Saturday, we posted a lot more player props, including my first 2-unit play of the season, where we're taking a running back all the way up to 100 rush yards. I strongly encourage you to go check out that. It was posted earlier before this video. Go tap into that. I'll link it at the end of this, the description. We also have another one where we talk all about spreads and totals and things like that. I encourage you to go watch those videos if you missed them. But like I said, we're going to dive into the player props in just one moment. But at the end of this video, I will have an Underdog fantasy entry, and I encourage you to explore the opportunities they have right now on their app. Number one, for everyone, they have a CD Lamb free square. Pretty cool. I'll be using it at the end of this video, so you can tail my entry. Number two, if you sign up using my code COS, you will get an exclusive free square. It is for our man, Caleb Williams, on Sunday Night Football to get 1 yard. Look, I know he sucked in week 1, but he at least got 1. He got 93 yards. That's pretty good. I encourage you to explore that. If you use code COS, you'll get that free square. You get the CD Lamb free square, and you'll get a match on your first deposit up to $1,000. It's like a 50% match. It's free money, sort of. Go check it out. Use those details down below. But you guys came here for some picks, and we have 60 seconds, man. We got to cook these props up for you. I got to keep myself honest. I'll have a counter on the screen. I will not go over 60 seconds for each of the props. And hopefully, maybe we'll go even quicker. And hopefully you love the analysis, and hopefully we can absolutely dominate. First one, Brock Purdy, over 233.5 passing yards, minus 115 on BetMGM. Now, if this line moves to 240.5 or even higher, sure, go for it. I have no idea where the line moves. I posted this one early on, I believe, Thursday. We have Christian McCaffrey now announced out. Maybe he goes to IR. I have no idea. But Brock Purdy last week, not the greatest line. 19 completions, 29 attempts, 231 yards. Notably, he had 0 yards after the 10-minute mark in the fourth quarter. That was against the Jets. It's tough secondary. Now he gets the Vikings. Vikings last week, 7th highest blitz rate. And last year when Brock Purdy was blitzed, 6th best passer rating, 1st in yards per attempt. Also, Minnesota, a very stout rushing defense, 6th fewest rushing yards allowed per game last year, 3rd fewest rushing yards per attempt allowed. I love Brock Purdy. I think there's a game that uses arm more than Jordan Mason's leg. Give me his over in passing yards. Ooh, that was 60 seconds. Hopefully we did a good job. And hopefully you liked the analysis. And hopefully Brock Purdy has a big day. Let's keep moving though. I got 5 of these things. Let's go to the next one. Deontay Johnson, over 45.5 receiving yards, minus 115 on Fanatics. Just a 1-unit play here for Mr. Deontay, as it was for Brock Purdy. I know Deontay and the Panthers had a disaster class of a week 1 start. Everyone knows it. He ended with 2 receptions, 6 targets, 19 yards. That's not going to cut it this week. Bryce Young led the NFL, 12 poor passes. Now, I'm not the one that describes poor. One could argue every single pass he threw was poor, but I'm not the one. Those are subjective, sure. In the first half of week 1, though, obviously when that game was close, if you will, and Deontay didn't get benched, Deontay had a 33% target share, 49.3% air yard share, and a 37.5% first read share. So he was the number 1 option for Bryce Young. The problem was Bryce Young literally sucked. I like this matchup a lot more against the Chargers. The Chargers last year, 78% too high coverage. Last year, Deontay, that was in week 1, Deontay ranked 2nd in separation, 1st in route win rate against 2 high safeties. I love this spot for Deontay. If not now, then when? I think the Panthers keep it close. Love Deontay's over in receiving yards. I think I'm doing a pretty good job at 60 seconds. I have like a timer I'm trying to keep track of. Hopefully I'm doing a good job. Unfortunately, that's where we're going to stop with some overs. We need some unders. You can't just bet only overs and expect to make money betting the NFL. So we got an under. Let's dive into this one. Rashad White, under 46.5 rushing yards, minus 120 on BetMGM. Now, I'd play this to 43.5. I believe a couple other books had 47.5, but I didn't have access to them, so I'm not going to give out a line I'm not betting. In week 1, Rashad White, 15 carries for 31 yards. He had a long rush of 15 yards. If you take out that, his other 14 carries went for a big 16 yards. That was against the Commanders. Not the toughest rush defense out there. Now he'll get a matchup against the Lions. Last year, the Lions were one of the best defenses in the league at stopping the run. 2nd lowest explosive run rate and yards after contact. Now they have DJ Reader expected to be back and starting in this game. If you don't know about DJ Reader, you'll learn he's one of the best run stuffers in the league. Buccaneers are also 8-point underdog. And they had Bucky Irving, who had a pretty good week 1. Maybe he starts taking some workload away from Rashad White, who did suck last year. You look at Rashad White, even though he had all the attempts, his rush attempts line set to 12.5. I don't think he gets above 40 yards, honestly. Rashad White, we're fading him under in rush yards as my third play in the video. I have another under, and we're going to dive into that one. Just right now, it's going to be for passing yards. Now, last week, we did pretty good on our unders. Actually, they were the only things we cashed. So maybe this under cashes as well. Gardner Minshew, give me his under 34.5 yards for his longest pass completion. Gardner Minshew could throw for 500 yards for all I care. We just need his longest pass completion to be 34 yards or less. You can take it at 33.5 if you have to, but I like, obviously, these can be sharp. In week 1, Gardner Minshew had a very good day, honestly. 25 for 33, 257 pass yards. His longest completions were close. He had a 33-yarder to Jacoby Myers and a 31-yarder blown tackles to Alexander Madison. Obviously, missed tackles are going to be tough, but tough matchup here against the Baltimore Ravens. Last year, Baltimore, number 1 in opponent yards per pass attempt at 5.2. Mahomes made them look silly. He slapped them around in week 1. I expect their defense to be a little bit better. Mahomes only went over by 1 yard, and that was that completion to Xavier Worthy that he took it, obviously, up the sidelines. I really like their defense here. Week 1, Gardner Minshew, lowest average depth of target at 4.7 yards. And last year, he went under this by 1 yard, but he needed a miracle to get there. I ran out of time there, but just know I really like fading Gardner Minshew here. I don't think he has a big completion in him. Last year, like a Baltimore, very low average up the target. I don't know. He might be slinging it around, but give me his under. Pass yards, completions, 34.5. I don't mind the under in pass yards, but I like that longest pass completion. All right, I maybe didn't make the 60 seconds. You get what I mean. Just cut me a break. I'm doing a pretty good job on the other ones. My final one will actually be only a half unit play. So I need to put that out there. The other ones were 1 unit. This final one will only be a half unit. Here we go. Mark Andrews, over 5.5 yards in the first quarter. First quarter receiving yards, -108 on FanDuel. If you've never bet this, it is under first quarter. I believe it's actually just under receiving props for FanDuel. You just scroll down, and I believe you'll see the different receiving yard props. PrizePicks also has this if you want to sign up for them. So does, I think, Underdog only has first half. Don't quote me on that. We all know what happened with Mark Andrews last week. He did nothing. But it wasn't really his fault. He was going to double team left and right. I don't think that the Ravens double team in here. I think that our Raiders double team him here. I think he gets involved early. 6 yards is just for one completion, and I think they get that might happen on the first play from scrimmage. I think he absolutely gets involved early here. There's not really a big sell job. I'm not going to take his regular over in receiving yards. If he doesn't get a 6-yarder in the first quarter, that's already cooked. Just give me a first quarter catch, and we're going to cash out there. I have no idea where the timer was that one. There wasn't a big sell job. Just know when I wanted to get involved with Mark Andrews, who sold our ladder challenge last Thursday, and he's getting 25 in the first quarter. So you can certainly take that. That's going to wrap up our 5 props in 60 seconds. Hopefully you enjoyed that segment. I thought it was fun. Yeah, cool. Let's dive into some other things, though, that we're betting. And I got to be honest, I'll throw these up on the screen. These are all half-unit plays. And in total, we got 2.5 units risked here. Before you even ask questions, I'm going to try to answer some questions and stuff like that. I've never bet this market before, which is why I'm just doing a half unit on 5 of them. I feel like there's some good value on certain different guys. Maybe not I didn't take the ones with the most value here. Although, I wanted to try these. They might be only a FanDuel specific market. But if you look at them, and you could definitely read on the screen, hopefully you can read, you have some guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown for 25 receiving yards in each half. So obviously we need 25 in the first half, 25 in the second half. This is probably not a widely available market, so let me know if you guys like it or not. It's on FanDuel. If you go to receiving props tab, all the way down at the bottom, it's under like game receiving specials. For the bottom one, you see Breece Hall, same thing, but it's under rushing props, all the way down at the bottom, rushing special, something like that. I like these. We'll see how they do. If they full fade, go on 5, you'll never see them again on the channel. If they go 3 and 2 or better, you'll see them again next week. I feel bad giving out plays that might be only on FanDuel because I couldn't find any other books with them. But I can't just not bet. I was going to bet these regardless. So I figured I'd rather share them with you, share them with the class. I'm not going to gatekeep anything. I think these all have decent value. Going through them, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 25 yards in each half. I love that. I almost took his first quarter prop. Chris Godwin, 25 in each half. I like his matchup. That's plus 170. Good plus money. You could take Mike Evans, who's plus 150, but I like Chris Godwin a little bit. CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson. Those are 2 studs. I anticipate they get 25 yards in each half, if not cash the regular over. I like each of their matchups, and both guys get the ball a good amount. And the last one, Breece Hall. I almost took his over in rush attempts. I think he gets the ball early and often. Not a great matchup against the Titans, but I still think he'll get the yards. The Bears don't know what the hell they're doing on their offense, so they could kind of key in and make Caleb Williams literally throw it more than 5 yards. I think Breece Hall has he has a high workload. I don't know if it's the most efficient day, but Pretty sure he gets 25 rush yards. So again, let me know if you like those. Like I said, I haven't bet this market ever before, so I'm not going to say I'm the master of it. But there were some cool ones out there that I did consider that had better value than these ones. But I'm just going to stick and keep it easy. Maybe next week, if these do have some good success, we'll have some more. Not sure I'll make them more than a half unit play, but I like these ones. So call me crazy. Sure, I like it. I hope that makes sense. Finally, we wrap up with an underdog fantasy entry. I'll throw it up on the screen. The first leg is CeeDee Lamb higher than 0.5 yards. It's a free square. Make sure you sign up using our code COS. They'll match your first deposit up to $1,000. Well, you get a 50% match up to $1,000. Cool. I like the other legs in here. Rashad White lower. Brock Purdy and Gardner Minshew, we talked about them in this video. The other one, Kyron Williams, higher than rush plus receiving yards, is another prop I'm on. It's in the other video that was posted before this one. I encourage you to go take it. $10 to turn into $200. Hey, I like it. You can only bet $10 on that CeeDee Lamb free square. If you are a new user and you sign up using our code, you'll also get a Caleb Williams free square. You can use that however you want. Maybe a Sunday Night Football, something like that. I don't know. You guys have a great Sunday. I hope you enjoyed. A lot of NFL plays on the card, though, this weekend. I know it's a lot of units to risk, but I really like all these plays. You guys know I don't force plays onto a slate unless I like them. I really like those, half units we've had in there, and I think it's going to be a big Sunday. So if you want to go check out all my picks that we got, I definitely encourage you to go check out the player props video that was posted before this one. Our normal 4Ps, parlays, player props, and predictions. Your guys' arguably favorite NFL video I do. It's linked on the screen right top. Below it will be our spreads and totals. If you didn't check it out, it was posted on Wednesday this week of all that we went through every single game. So if you're like, Austin, do you think my team's going to win? Well, I'll talk about all those games in that video. I hope you guys have a great NFL Sunday. Probably the last video posted on the channel until Sunday night when we maybe post our Monday Night Football for Eagles-Falcons. But either way, I encourage you to go check out the other videos. A lot of action for this Sunday, NFL Week 2. Let's have a massive day, get to the green and even more. And I encourage you, like I said, a 2.3 unit play is linked in that top video. Go check it out. Have a great Sunday. Good luck on your bets. I'll see you guys back in the next one. Peace.